Okay, y'all. Now, I'm holding my little camera. I just wanted to do this quick video. I'm not really trying to edit or do nothing or whatever, but I quit my job. And just to be clear, this is not one of those videos where I'm about to be asking for money. No shade to people that do that. But one thing my dad taught me is when you go looking for a job, he said it's best to look for a job while you have a job. So best believe I was looking while I was working this job. But this job, it had the potential for me to be a career because I am in school. But I kind of was like in the middle of like, do I want to do um social work or just focus on behavior because I already have an associate in behavioral health. So I just wanted to like take a look into this social work scene because I always was like, I want to work in that field, whatever. I was thinking I did like do research regarding if I wanted to be like on the field, like in the streets, or be more office. So this position basically was like a gateway, like a stepping stone into the field. And long story short, I was working for the county, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I mean, I quit now, so it really don't matter. But when I tell you, working this job was it was such an eye opening experience. And my thing was going into it, especially when you hear of like CYS. And just to be clear, I did the position for like I'm gonna say 4 or 5 months because I just quit. But thankfully, sis do got a job to go to on Monday. So this is just a week of just reflecting and getting myself together. But when you hear of CPS, you always hear of people trying, they trying to take your kids and this and that and blase. But working close to that field and seeing what, they go through, and they was trying to like, I guess, try to get me up in there because, I'm an awesome worker. Like I work, I'm real resourceful, um, reliable and all that. So I did kind of feel bad leaving because I could have been an asset, but it was one of those things where like this whole year I'm like I'm standing on business. Like I'm not staying where I don't want to be. Like I'm not staying based on potential, and that's for work, career, relationship, whatever, family relationship. If I don't want to be there, I'm not staying there. And if it's not making sense, I'm not basing it on potential. I'm not doing that no more. So, all right, when I first started, my first, I want to say my first day or my second day, one of the staff was talking about they were about to quit, and he was like really going through it. Mind you, this is my first day, so I'm walking in there like, what is going on? The office environment was just, not saying this is how all of them are, but the one I was in, it was just so dry and just miserable. Like immediately misery as soon as I walked in there. And you know, he was like really going off like, I'm about to quit, this don't make no sense, blah blah blah. And what I learned is that they really don't want y'all, they really don't want people kids, they want to give you your kids back for real, because they don't have no, besides the foster parents that may take them, they really do not want to keep the kids. What was shocking to me, this might seem scattered, but I don't know, I'm gonna just keep going. But what was shocking to me was the fact that I did not know so many parents were giving their children, like just giving their children up. Like parents realizing at the age of 9, 10, they can't do it no more, and they're literally handing their children over to CPS. And I'm like, but then they go to have more. But that particular child they can't deal with, so they just giving them on over. That was shocking to me. Another thing that was shocking to me was the lack of support. But I mean, I feel like teachers have the same issue as well. The lack of support, lack of pay. The pay is trash. But these caseworkers, they do so much for these children and adults, families. They do so much, but they don't get what they deserve. They really don't. So when I chose to like just, this is not for me, I took it as, first I felt like defeated because I'm like, I really came in here thinking like this will be it, this is the path. I tried to do my little internship and everything, but after a while I'm like, this is not a fit for me. Like, this is not working. This is not working. And it just reminded me of times when I was younger and I thought to myself, like, I'm going to just stick it out. But you sticking it out will have you staying at a job you really don't want to be at for years. And then you end up missing your window to actually find better because you're just trying to stick it out and you're just trying to make it work. And again, it's always best to look for a job while you have a job. So it ain't like I just was like, F it, I'm just out of here. No. I was active. Once it registered in my brain that this was not a fit for me, I immediately started looking for other jobs. And that will go with, my schooling and future internship and, future stable employment there. I finally realized, social work is not for me. I'm going to stick with the behaviors, the behavioral side of things, and that's my lane. That's what I feel more comfortable in. That's where I personally felt more needed and able to utilize my skills in. But yeah, so I just wanted to make a quick video because sometimes you just have to make that decision that this is it. I can't do it no more. And it's not worth just staying, because you staying there, you're going to miss your opportunity to find better, to find something that actually fits and works for you. Now, granted, you have jobs out here and people don't like to do them or whatever. But my thing is, even if I don't like to do the job, the pay at least got to make a way. Yeah, that went together. The pay at least got to make sense, because I'll be willing to stick it out if the pay makes sense. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it should be more than money. But shoot, the bills don't say that. Now, I have stayed at certain positions where I felt passionate about it. And I was like, yeah, that's all right. But if the pay is at least not also good, I'm not just going to stick it out and just be like, oh, well, like, no. It either got to be one or the other, or hopefully both. Pay and it fits me. Like, the schedule, that was another thing. The schedule, the schedule was like, they want you to prioritize them over your own, responsibilities, especially if you have a child. And I could not get with that. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, I can't. So, it's just interesting how I do feel as though it was worth it being in that job. Like, because at first I was feeling like regretful. Like, dang, I really just quit that job. Like, I should have at least did a year. But then I'm like, you know what? No, I did as much as I could, and I learned what I learned. I did learn a lot. I experienced it a lot. And from that, I feel like it's going to help me in my future career, working with the population that I'm going to be working with, in the field I'm going to be working with. And I learned a lot from the people, the situations and everything. But one thing I did learn is to know when it's time to go and not to just stay stagnant, because it's so easy just to be stuck and just to stay. And again, it's different if you don't have a way out, like another job to go to. But like I said, that's one thing my dad always said: always make sure you have somewhere to go before you leave. So that's my little talk for right now. My little rant. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll keep y'all updated. But I feel like this is going to be a good fit for me. I really feel like this is it. And hopefully I'll be graduating soon. Then I get licensed and all that. But these are growing pains, the makings of me. See y'all.